to San Luis Obispo Buddhist Church YouTube channel. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave us a message so that, or comment, sorry, so that we can improve ourselves and you help spread the Buddha Dharma. So if you would please put your palms together for a meditation reading. Immature people always want to win an argument, even at the cost of a relationship. Mature people understand that it is always better to lose an argument and win a relationship. Words of the Buddha. If you would please join me in Gassho. Namu Amida Butsu. 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 We have all used or heard idioms. And an idiom is a phrase that cannot simply be understood by looking at the words or meaning of the individual words in the phrase. So we've heard idioms like the best of two worlds, which basically means ideal situation. Or how about beat around the bush? Of course, you know that means avoid saying what one means that may be uncomfortable. Or how about just bite the bullet? Of course, that means getting something over with because it is inevitable. And it can go on and on and on. Well, there are idioms in Japanese. And one idiom says, and it's translated as 10 people, 10 colors. And it has nothing to do with dyes or tints or stains or colors. And so I give you a scenario. You put 10 people in a room and a subject comes up. And so a discussion begins. And in this group of 10 people, you will always get 10 different opinions. You'll get 10 different personalities and 10 different beliefs. We as humans, hear and interpret meanings differently. Do we stop listening if we do not agree? Question. And for those who avoid these kind of discussions, do we just ignore the other 9 or 10, the number of people, and we ignore the subject? We all have our own thoughts. But what this idiom of 10 people, 10 colors teaches us is about respect, listening, interpretation, and yes, even kindness. It is way too often we let our egos get in the way of truly hearing. And it's the same for our interpretation of the Buddhist teaching. And many times it depends on what is happening in our lives at the present moment. You know, sometimes the teachings are relevant, and sometimes they are just there. It is our Namu Amida Butsu, our Nembutsu, that is different for each of us. Yet Nembutsu is always respect, thankfulness, gratitude, and appreciation. And for having a mind, a mind that can think and tries to understand. Nembutsu is our eyes to see and to interpret. Our ears is to hear, truly, truly hear the teachings. Nembutsu is our nose. Yes, our nose. That can lead us into more research, into more searching of the teachings, deepening our study of teachings. Nembutsu is taste. We get a taste of wisdom when we begin to understand our Nembutsu and the teachings. Nembutsu is to feel peace, serenity, calm, and also to feel sorrow, anger, so that when we feel these things, we step back, we look at the teachings, and we can look into what brings our anger out. Nembutsu is Namu Amida Butsu, yet it is most thought-provoking. And it shares guidance and direction. But are we willing to begin to understand what our Namu Amida Butsu means to us? And are we willing to truly hear the teachings so that we can become more open to the 10 colors? So when you're sitting in a room of people, remember, that room full of people will all have different personalities, different interpretations. And we still treat them with kindness and respect. So if you would please join me in Gassho. Namu Amida Butsu, 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 Namu. Thank you for listening today.